we have been able to raise over $1,500 for women in prison. What's up, you guys? Welcome to today's video. If you are new here, hi, my name is Jess. I'm a person in long-term recovery who has in fact been to prison. It's not a flex, it's just a fact. If you want to follow me on any other social media platform, TikTok, Instagram, Patreon, that's $2. It's only ever going to be $2. All of that is linked down below, as well as my vlog channel and Facebook, podcast, all the things. Without further ado, let's kick this thing off. So if you don't follow me on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, then you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, so let me explain. This was not my original idea. This beautiful human being, Amanda, she decided that she was going to have her audience send her some money so that she could bless women in prison, and all of it was because of an accident. She accidentally sent the wrong person $100, and she was telling that story, and out of that story came this idea for all of us to send whatever we could, $5, $10, $1. And once she gets $100, she would send that to an inmate. And the last time that I checked, I think she raised $1,800 the last time I checked. I'm sure it's more than that now. And the Ride or Die crew has been able to raise $1,500, which means 15 women received $100. And this is just out of the clear blue sky for them. They had no idea this was happening. And these are women that don't usually have money or people supporting them on the outside world. They're also women that are not chomos, they have no weird charges, and they're just very deserving people. And I know that sounds confusing when we're talking about prison. Like, they deserve to go to prison. Why are we sending them money when we can be helping other people? And also, how do I verify that they're even good people and that they deserve it and they don't have money? How do I know all of that? So first and foremost, it has felt absolutely incredible to be able to bless these women because I know how much it means. It's life-changing when you're in prison. And I'll get into some of that in a second, but we can help more than one group of people at one time. I knew that I would receive some backlash for this because there are so many other groups of people that really need help right now, from unhoused to survivors of domestic violence, even single moms that are just really struggling right now. There's so many people that we could be helping. So why focus my attention and our time and money on women in prison? We can help more than one group of people. And we don't have to compare two different groups of people that are struggling differently. But women in prison, in my personal, very biased and unimportant opinion, I think women get forgotten the most. And that's not to say that men never get forgotten. I'm not saying that. People in prison across the board are often forgotten. However, I've seen with my own two eyes, a man will write 10 women and have 10 women supporting him, sometimes even write other men to get money and all of that stuff, while a lot of the women that I have met are doing time alone. They're even doing time for charges that they didn't commit. They were just there, and a guy committed a crime, and that's not in every scenario. I'm just giving you guys some examples of things that happen. The visitor room on the female side every week is not packed. It's just not. A lot of the time, women hold it down and they'll be taking care of their man for a decade, sending him money, writing him letters and all that stuff. Women can hold it down. I feel like their pain tolerance is higher than men's, So I do feel like women get more forgotten than men. That is true when it comes to basic hygiene in prisons, because a lot of the policies that we see in prison today, they were written with men in mind. It's why when women go to jail, we get a comb. You know how hard it is to brush all of this with a little comb? Or we get one bar of soap. You know how hard it is to wash your hair with a tiny little piece of bar soap? It is awful. So even when it comes to basic hygiene, women kind of get the shaft, Women are also assaulted by staff members at a higher rate than men. They're disrespected at a higher rate, because if you say some crazy shit to a man, he will beat your ass. You say some crazy shit to a woman that has an out date in a year, she's gonna cry about it, Not all the time, I'm just saying. This is just my experience. Okay, so why do they need $100, and how do I know that these people don't already have money? $100 when you are indigent, have no money, goes so long. You guys, there are little things that you don't even think about when it comes to not having money in prison. Yes, the food aspect of it, but also maybe she can buy shoes. She's been wearing the state issued shoes and she, her feet hurt really bad because the I hate this microphone. The state issued shoes, they hurt after a while. They're flat, there's no support. And as you get older, especially, you need shoes with better support. So maybe she can buy shoes with that. Maybe she can buy eye drops. Maybe she can finally, you know, get extra stamped envelopes and everything. Maybe she can get the good shampoo, you know, the good shampoo and conditioner that just smells really good. Maybe this month she's not fucking starving at the end of the day. Inmates are just hungry. They feed you the bare minimum to survive, you know, so maybe she doesn't have to go to bed hungry this month and she can wake up and have a cup of coffee in the morning. And, you know, these little things really do change your outlook on life in general. When we reduce the amount of privileges that inmates get, the violence in prison escalates. It's why I've always been like a huge supporter of conjugal visits, which I know sounds absolutely crazy, but I think it's important to keep families together. And I think if we implemented a conjugal visit where you can have a weekend visit with your family in a trailer in prison and it's monitored, I think men would hurt themselves less, they would hurt others less, they wouldn't hurt staff members. You know, there wouldn't be as many riots if they could see their wife and their kids, you know, once a month or once every 90 days even. The more privileges we give inmates, the less likely they are to reoffend and the less likely they are to hurt themselves, others, or a staff member. But when you have no hope and you have no one there to support you and you just are stuck in this system, because once you go once, it's so easy to just get caught up in it. It's hard to break the mindset of why should I give a fuck? You know what I mean? It's really hard to move your life in a positive direction. It's really hard to find the motivation to do that when all you've ever known is this really negative, violent, and toxic environment. Moving on. So how the hell do I know who deserves it and who doesn't deserve it? Well, myself, my friend Megan, and Jimmy McGill, I've recently added him to the team. We know people from serving time in prison with them. Megan used to volunteer for a reentry program at one of the units in Arkansas, and so did I. And Jimmy has also worked with a lot of women that have come out of prison, and he knows people on the ground in Arkansas and all of that. So we're able to verify who deserves it and who doesn't, and we're pretty fucking qualified for that. I've gotten a lot of questions on it, like how come we can't just send money to the jail directly? You just can't. I don't know. The jail is not going to accept your money and then like randomly disperse it to people. That's not really how that works. So yeah, it's just a really cool thing that we get to do, and it has improved my mental health. It's been a while since I did any kind of outreach work, and this just makes me feel so good, you guys. When we first moved here, I called around because I had Narcan to give. So I called the police station, a couple fire stations, and no one got back to me. No one got back to me, and it broke my fucking heart because I'm like, oh, you know, I don't know a lot of people here, and I have cases of Narcan that I would love to give, and it just broke my heart. But I am slowly but surely finding my people. I'm going to be volunteering on Thanksgiving, and it just makes me so happy that I'm finally getting into the rhythm in the new place that we live. And now through everything that we've done on TikTok and Facebook, donating all this money to women in prison has just changed my mental health. So I'm telling you, do something kind today and see if that does not change the entire course of the rest of your week. One kind thing will just change your entire day. Some of the women that I've sent money to, I've told you guys about. I've filmed videos about them, like Nikki Zinger. Women that definitely should never have been put in prison. Not all the time. I have sent money to people that deserve to be there because they struggle with addiction or whatever. But some of the women that have gotten the money you guys have heard about, and I just wish I was there to see the look on their face and just hug them. If you guys want to participate, I will leave my PayPal and my Cash App in the description box of this video. And I just want to say thank you guys for trusting me with that. You guys are trusting me with your money, and you're trusting that I am going to make sure that it goes to good use and make sure that it gets to the right people. And that does not escape me for a single minute. I'm very grateful that you guys trust me with that. There was a time where people wouldn't trust me to borrow like a toaster, like a vacuum cleaner or something, you know what I mean? Because it might disappear for 3 years. Anyway, I'm gonna end today's video here. As always, I love you guys. Stay safe, stay sober, whatever that looks like to you. Do something kind today, even if it's a tiny little thing. And I'll see y'all in my next one.